What is up, my friends? It is me, Jeremy, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, what's up? I am Jeremy and welcome to my channel. I am a real estate agent here in Hawaii. In today's video, we're gonna talk about college and my views about college, but most importantly, 5 things that college kinda taught me. And if you stick around to the end, I'm gonna give my views and I guess my advice, if you wanna call it, about going to college. But before we do that, I'm gonna have to ask you to smash the like button and subscribe to my channel to help my channel grow. And while you're at it, go ahead and follow me on all my other social media platforms as well. Thank you. All right, so now that you did that, let's get started with this video. So some background for me, in my first year of college, I attended the University of California, Irvine, and I was a bio major because I was thinking that I was going to be a dentist. At least I thought I wanted to be a dentist. I know what you're thinking. What the hell, Jeremy as a dentist? No way in hell. And actually, yes, I agree with you. Like many people that didn't know what they wanted to do in life, and especially like many people who live in an Asian household, my parents were, trying to make me or trying to convince me to pursue something in the medical field. On top of that, my dad was in the military, so he wanted me to pursue a career in the medical field in the military. I feel like, for my generation, people whose parents are immigrants that come to America, they come over here to survive. They want to choose the safe route, and they just want to make it. So I totally understand where they're coming from. They're just looking out for our best interests. And the same goes with my parents. They just wanted to make sure that I lived a comfortable life and that I had a job that was stable, that had, demand in the workforce, and basically made sure that I wouldn't have to worry about, stuff like medical or, having a fixed salary and just making sure I could survive. However, long story short, I obviously did not pursue that path. I ended up transferring to the University of Hawaii at Manoa, and that is where I found real estate. In the end, I graduated with an economics degree, and if I'm going to be straight up with you guys, this degree, I honestly have no use for it whatsoever, and I think it's just completely useless for me. Now, despite me not having to use my degree whatsoever, I did still have a great time in college, and I truly believe that I did learn some important things while my time there. All right, so let's get this list started. So the first thing that I learned in college was basically how to grow up. Living in Hawaii most of my life, of course, I was living with my parents. When I went to college, this would be my first time actually truly living alone because I was at the college dorms at Uc Irvine. This is where, I learned how to cook for myself, how to manage my schedule, how to shop for groceries, how to budget, how to make my money grow longer because I was basically a broke college kid. In fact, it was in college that I actually did laundry for the first time in my entire life. Growing up, my mom or my grandma would usually do the laundry, so I know I was super spoiled in that sense, but it was honestly pretty funny because the first weekend I called my mom and I was like, hey, Mom, so laundry, what'd I do? Because of college, I grew up real fast. All right, so the second thing that I learned from college, well, it's actually 2 things, but I'm gonna group them together, was how to socialize and how to network. So during my freshman year of college at Uc Irvine, I pledged a fraternity known as Kappa Sigma. Yes, I was a frat bro. It was while joining the fraternity, I learned how to socialize and how to speak to people, how to talk in, different settings, whether it's parties, meetings. I even learned things like, how to tie a tie. And basically, through this fraternity, I learned how to be a man. It is here where I learned the importance of socializing, how to communicate with people, how to read people, the importance of body language, how to have conversations, all of this, which ultimately became very handy to me because I ended up being a real estate agent in the future. And we all know that in real estate, you have to know how to communicate and how to have good body language and basically how to have conversations with other people. And then of course, there's networking. The main reason why I joined a fraternity is because I knew that if I joined a fraternity, it would increase my circle and help me make more connections with people. Well, okay, if I'm being honest with you guys, the main reason why I really joined a fraternity was to party. Not gonna lie there. But the second reason why I wanted to join a fraternity was because yes, To me, I knew it would be important to expand my circle and make a lot of friends and have a big connection of a network. Honestly speaking though, I wasn't really thinking of making connections in the entrepreneurial way. It's just for me, I'm a very social person and I just liked making a lot of new friends. So because of having this, social butterfly characteristic for me, this is where I learned how to network, which again, ultimately came in handy to me as a real estate agent, because as real estate agents, our job is basically to make as many new friends and create a big network for ourselves and our business. All right, so the third thing that college taught me was marketing. So after my freshman year, I then transferred to the University of Hawaii at Manoa and I changed my major to economics. Luckily, there was also another Kappa Sigma chapter here at University of Hawaii. I truly enjoyed the fraternity experience, so I wanted all of my friends that I had back home who were attending University of Hawaii, I wanted them to be a part of it and experience the fraternity life as well. So then I became what is known as the rush chair. I was basically in charge of recruiting new members for the fraternity. This is where I discovered my strengths for marketing. I basically used social media, harnessed my social skills and was able to recruit around 40 to 60 new members of the fraternity in just a span of a year. It was actually a really, really cool thing because now I had all my friends from high school, now they're in my fraternity and we're fraternity bros, and now we're partying together and we're just having so much fun in college. And all of this happened because of me learning the skill of marketing, which, as you all know, marketing is a very important thing when it comes to being a real estate agent and an entrepreneur. So now you're probably thinking, wait, Jeremy, you just probably partied all throughout college, right? Yes, you are absolutely correct. I'm not gonna lie there, I partied a lot. But I did, believe it or not, learn a couple of things here and there. One of them is the next topic we're gonna talk about is the law of supply and demand. The law of supply and demand was literally one of the first things we learned in economics class. And when I learned about this concept, I was just very intrigued. I was very fascinated with this idea. I talk about supply and demand all the time on my channel, but if you're not familiar with it, it basically states that when the supply of a commodity or resource is low and the demand for it is high, then the prices of said commodity or resource will rise. That of which is exactly what is happening in the real estate market that we are in today. So obviously this concept comes very in handy with me still to this day. It was this concept that really gave me, an idea of how economics works, and it was really my first steps into being an entrepreneur. However, looking back, could this concept been learned on, YouTube for free? Yes, absolutely yes. And now the last thing that college taught me was number 5 is opportunity cost. This concept was also another big eye-opener for me and going into the entrepreneurial path. What opportunity cost is basically the loss of a potential gain from other alternatives when another alternative is chosen. An example is, let's say I have 50K and I decide to put it into the stock market. If I put it into the stock market, let's say it brings me a 10% gain for the year, which is $5,000. So I made $5,000, cool. However, instead of that, another opportunity I could do is instead of putting it in the stock market, I could put it into a flip. If I put 50K in the flip, let's say after I sell it, it brings me back $25,000, which is a 50% return. And that's just to say the flip only takes 6 months. So the opportunity cost of putting my $50,000 into the stock market instead of a flip is a loss of $25,000. So this is when you need to evaluate which opportunity would be most efficient for you. So the idea of opportunity cost really, showed me how to look for the best opportunities with life, in business, and being most efficient with my time and my money, and most of all, with my risks. Now let's talk about my views on college. Ultimately, I'm not entirely against the college system. College is definitely necessary if you want to pursue a career in, being a doctor, a lawyer, an engineer, a CPA, a nurse, all of those things. You have to go to college. There's just no way around it. But if you want to be, a real estate agent, an investor, some kind of loan officer, entrepreneur, you do not need a college degree. So if you don't need a college degree to pursue this career, why even get a college degree to begin with? However, I know there are a lot of folks out there like me who have parents that have strong feelings about going to college. I promised my parents that I would get a college degree, so I had to fulfill that promise and get my college degree. I'm sure you know what I'm talking about, and if your parents are like that, my advice is to, just go to college. Get the college experience, have fun, like have a lot of fun, and network, especially if you're going to be a real estate agent. Because for me, once I hit the age of 24 or 25, that is when all of my friends who I met in college, they were at the point in their lives and their careers that they had enough money to buy homes. So because they knew me from college, they all went to me to use them as a real estate agent, which eventually, helped me build my career. However, if you don't know what you want to do in life, which is totally fine, you're not the only one. A lot of people don't know what to do with their lives and what to pursue. Don't go to a university if you are unsure. If you're unsure, just go to a community college because one, there's nothing wrong with a community college, and two, it is very, very affordable and save you a lot of money. Think about it. If you are unsure with what you want to do in life, you're pretty much just figuring it out. Would you rather be spending 5 to 10 grand a year in community college figuring it out, or would you rather be spending $40,000 to $60,000 a year at a university trying to figure it out? Exactly. So there you have it, folks. That was the 5 things that college taught me, and also my opinion about going to college. Let me know what you think in the comments. If you agree, let me know why. And if you disagree, definitely let me know why too. I'm always open to hearing other people's opinions respectfully. If you haven't yet, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel and like this video, and also follow me on all my other social media platforms as well. For 2 free stocks, click the link below in the description, make an account, deposit $100, and get 2 free stocks. Thank you guys again for watching. I'll see you next time.